What's a good word, everybody? Tiger727 back with a video response for Rick at Vintage Oddball Cards, asking to see our best worst beater cards, I guess you could say. And I don't know, I just really wanted to partake into this video response. Not sure if these cards will qualify or not. Some probably aren't really all that bad, at least not in my opinion, they're not. But I got one that I think will probably pick as my card. That's the beater. But we'll start with the Yogi. Nothing too terrible. But rounded corners. Again, not terrible. Bottom left corner, actually bottom right's probably the worst. Back actually looks pretty decent, really, except for the corners. So nothing too terrible there. I got this Ted Williams. It's got the crease right down the middle vertically, and I've showed this card before, and then right across almost looks like somebody folded up into fours, or tried to. The back is actually pretty decent. And I bought a stack of vintage stuff about a year and a half ago, and this Drysdale, Stan Williams, Sandy Koufax, Jim O'Toole. Obviously somebody cut right off the top and off the left side. Looked like maybe they were trying to actually just get the yellow part of the card and get rid of the wood border, kind of. And then obviously they had some tape on the back. So, surface issues. Collection I bought back in 2020 had this Bomber's Best card in it. Doesn't even have corners anymore. Just all rounded off. And actually the case or the top load it was in was horribly yellowed. I was saying, man, that card's terrible. And when I pulled it out, it was actually a better looking card than what I thought it was. So hung on to that. I've showed these before. I bought this one in a PSA 1. 2 graded cards that I'm going to show for this video. Tiger team card. Graded poor. Crease in the bottom left there across the American League portion. Corners are terrible. Crease right down the middle. Vertically there. Right here. Back's off center. And I showed this one not too long ago. This is the 1912 George Mullin. The huge nick in the top there. Get a little bit closer. It's weird though, because for as bad as it looks on the front, it's not all that bad on the back. So, and this one is more of a, I guess, somewhat of a recent card, but we're still talking 30 some years old. Picked it up a couple summers ago, and I guess it's my story versus how I bought the card. But my wonderful dog got it off the counter. Jerry Don Gleaton Desert Shield card. I had it on the kitchen counter, went outside really quick to do something, came back in a few minutes later and found it laying on my living room floor in this condition. Luckily it was Jerry Don Gleaton. It wasn't like Trammell or Whitaker or something like that. But so yeah, it's my dog did a number on it. I almost threw it away after it happened, but then that collector part of me kicked in and said, you know what, it's still a card, it has a story, and I'm going to hang on to it, and it sits on my shelf here above where I do my videos. So Rick, I hope these apply. I'm not sure if they do or not. Thanks for everybody for watching, and we'll talk to you later.